So does Performance Max use keywords within the campaign type? Now, many people would say no, but I would disagree because it does use keywords, but in a different way to what you would assume. But there is ways we can use keywords to improve the performance of our Performance Max campaign. So let's go over how it actually works. So a Performance Max campaign uses keywordless AI technology. And what it's doing is analyzing our landing page content, our assets, and our product feed. So what it does from this, it then finds converting queries and it would generate the relevant text ads to match the user's intent. So basically it's analyzing multiple different variables for our campaign to then create ads that are tailored to the user. But within these variables, we can make sure we have keyword rich copy, okay, in order to maximize the performance. So let's break it down where we can increase the quality of our copy to improve the performance of our Performance Max campaign. So it's broken down into these sections as previously said. So the first one is the product feed. So this is the listing groups you have if you're doing it for e-com. Obviously it's not relevant if you're doing it for lead generation, but it's very important to have a well-optimized product feed. And that means your product titles and your descriptions there. And if you're using a good enough structure for your titles and your descriptions. The second one we can improve the quality of our copy is through the landing page. We want to make sure our landing page is relevant to either the product or the service that they are searching for. If we can have it relevant and we can have message match, then Google will see this is quality and it links up and it's not a high bounce rate. And that is the quality ads link into a quality landing page. And if we can't compete on budget, we can always compete on quality. Okay, that's what I say. The third one is our assets. So Performance Max is built up of many assets. So it is built up of ad copy for one. The second one is images. The third one is video and so on. But the one here where we can have the most influence for keywords is within our ad copy. Okay, so we want to make sure our ad copy is really, really good quality. And the final one is our audience signals. Within the custom segments, we have the opportunity to fill it in with as many keywords as possible that are relevant to the product groups or the specific product we are advertising. So how can we maximize our ROAS with keywords with Performance Max campaign? Now, the first one is to have high quality ad copy that is relevant to listing groups in our asset groups. So the first step is with high quality ad copy. The second step is with populating as many relevant keywords and search terms into our audience signal. So this is an audience signal that I used for a previous client. You can see how I structure the custom segment part of it in detail here. So first of all, let's look at what the product actually is. So what it is a sauna suit. So this was a client of mine, Boxraw, and this was their most popular product. It was a sauna suit here. Okay. So this is how I laid out the custom segment part of the audience signal. And the way you'll see I like to do it is quite granular. I like to be quite segmented here. So what I've done here is I've split it down into multiple different sort of search terms that people were using to find sauna suits. So what I did originally with this is I would put it into the keyword planner and I would find the themes of keywords that people are using. And these are basically segments that if I was running a search campaign, these would be my ad groups. That's how I like to structure it. I like to be quite granular because if I have a hypothesis that maybe this one here, this ad group isn't performing, then I'd want to take this out. And if I had populated all of these keywords into just one segment, then I'd have to go through here and I'd have to take them out individually. But segmenting them out like this into ad groups as such means I can just go through here and take out these two, just like that. It's really, really easy to do. And I would have taken them out based on my findings I'm seeing in the Insights tab through Performance Max. That's one of my favorite things about Performance Max is the Insights tab. And I'm going to go over a video of this in more detail on how to best use it to optimize your campaign. So make sure to follow me for that one. Okay, so that's how I structure the custom segments. So we've gone over the audience signals here. So basically what we do, we put our keywords into different themes of keywords. And then within the custom segments, we segment those down into like ad groups. Okay. Just like a search campaign, just like a search campaign, okay? And then we want the keywords to always be related to each other in either the product category or the individual product. So within this asset group, it was just one product that was being listed, okay? And that's why I like to do things. I like to segment my asset groups into either product groups or individual products. Typically, the top performing products is the way I like to do it, okay? So there's some tips on audience signals. Let's look at the next part, which, if we go back here, is all about your ad copy, okay? First one we're going to talk about is ecom ad copy, because it's slightly different to lead gen ad copy, which I will go over as well, okay? So ecom ad copy, the way I like to segment my asset groups is into either specific products, okay, or specific product categories, sorry, and top performing individual products. That's the split I like to do. This means I can then tailor the ad copy in those asset groups to either the specific product categories or the individual products, just like a search campaign. Okay, just like a search campaign. That's one thing you got to take away from regular running a Google ads and bring it into Performance Max is act like it's a search campaign and act like your asset groups are ad groups. Okay, I like to be more granular with my ad groups, but if it doesn't work and it's better off in a catch-all asset group, then we pause the others. Okay, we can see asset group performance, so we will just pause it, and it's all about testing. You have a hypothesis, you test it in an asset group, and that's how you get incremental improvements in ROAS. So what we're going to do is then structure our ad copy using the PMax ad copy framework, which I've made for you. And I've got a video on this going over it, and I've even got a framework for you to download. Okay. So the reason I created this ad copy framework is because it includes all the psychological elements you need to create high converting ad copy for Performance Max campaigns. Okay. So this is the video here. Okay. This is one of my videos, and you can see it's only got 95 views. Okay, it really didn't do too well, but this is one of my best videos. So go through and watch this. It is really, really useful. That will be linked in the description. And now let's just go over the actual framework. So in this video, I go over this framework, which is again using the sauna suits example. And this is the way I sort of break it down. So this section here is talking about all of your headlines. Then this section here talks about your long headlines. And then this section here, you get the short description, and then you get your descriptions. Okay. So it goes over each and every section you need to have high converting ad copy with your Performance Max campaign. And it's free. I made it for you for free. I don't want anything. I don't want your email address, nothing. Take it. Just take it and use it. Okay. Okay. Maybe follow me on LinkedIn or connect with me on LinkedIn. That's what I asked for in return. Okay. So let's get back to it. So that's ecom ad copy, relatively straightforward. So let's go to lead gen ad copy. Okay. And you're going to see it's actually quite similar to the ecom ad copy. What we're going to do with our structure is we're going to segment our asset groups into specific keyword themes for your services or for your business. Okay. So very, very similar to what you do with a search campaign, your asset groups are going to be ad groups. Okay. Treat them the same and be specific with what your content you have in there and what you're targeting in your audience signals. Okay. This means we can tailor our ad copy to these specific keyword themes, which we're using in our audience signals, just like a search campaign. Okay. Just like a search campaign. And then what we're going to do is structure our ad copy with the PMax ad copy framework to include all the psychological elements, just like we had with the ecom section. The only difference here is the framework is tailored to ecom products at the moment. I am creating one for lead gen, so be patient with that, but it's pretty much intuitive, have some thought behind it, and you can sort of figure this one out until I release it. But okay. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope this one was quite useful and just ways you can maximize keyword input into Performance Max to improve your performance. If you enjoyed this video, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm trying to grow my following here, and quite a few of you guys have actually been following me on LinkedIn. You've been reaching out to me, which is exactly what I want. I want to start some conversations around this Performance Max or around your marketing issues. I reply to everyone, so please feel free to reach out. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the next one.